Now, President Joe Biden, remember, has ruffled quite a few feathers in Beijing when he vowed that the United States forces will, of course, defend Taiwan militarily if China were to attempt to take control of the island by force. President Biden made these remarks in Tokyo and compared China's threat to self-ruled Taiwan to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Now, this was, of course, his strongest remarks to date on this issue amidst the rising tensions over Beijing's growing economic and military power. Listen in to what was said then.
And the reason I bother to say this, it's not just about Ukraine. If, in fact, after all he's done, there's a rapprochement met between between the Ukrainians and Russia, and these sanctions are not continued to be sustained in many ways, then what signal does that send to China about the cost of attempting to take Taiwan by force? They're already flirting with danger right now by flying so close and all the maneuvers that are undertaken.
Now, the American president was asked if Washington was willing to actually use its military to defend Taiwan, and his answer was an unequivocal yes.
You didn't want to get involved in the Ukraine conflict militarily for obvious reasons. Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
You are?
That's the commitment we made. That's the commitment we made. We are not, look, here's the situation. We agree with a one China policy. We've signed on to it, and all the attendant agreements made from there. But the idea that it can be taken by force, just taken by force, is just not appropriate. It will dislocate the entire region and be another action similar to what happened in Ukraine.
Now, Biden's comments did not go unnoticed by Beijing. The Chinese foreign minister responded that Washington should not underestimate, quote-unquote, Beijing's resolve on Taiwan.
We deplore and reject the U.S. remarks. Taiwan is an inimitable part of the Chinese territory. The Taiwan issue is purely China's internal affair, which won't stand for any foreign interference. No one should underestimate the Chinese people's firm resolution, will and capability to defend its national sovereignty and territorial integrity, and should not stand against the 1.4 billion Chinese people. We urge the U.S. to earnestly abide by the One China principle and the three joint communiques.
The President Biden's remarks, though an assurance to democratic Taiwan, also brought more uncertainty to America's own stance. Now, historically, the United States has maintained strategic ambiguity on whether it would intervene militarily when it came to defending Taiwan. The policy was designed to keep Beijing from declaring a direct war and stop Taiwan from formally declaring independence. The U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin insisted that the U.S. policy has still not changed. But has it changed in its texture and to a certain extent in its substance? That is something that needs to be seen, especially under Joe Biden. Now, Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, meanwhile, has called for stability in the Taiwanese Strait and has said that Tokyo is committed to boosting its own defense spending. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.